Everybody be cool. You be cool. That's right, folks. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to episode 16, UK Outpost 81. Film review. That's right. Yeah, I'm your host, Mr. Dan Nostalgia. Yeah, welcome back. In today's film, Human Traffic. Released on the 4th of June 1999. Directed and written by Justin Kerrigan, starring John Sims, Lorraine Pilkington, Sean Parks, Danny Dyer, and Nicola Reynolds. Cinematography, Dave Bennett. Music by Matt Herbert and Robert Mells. Distributed by Metrodome Distribution. Box office £2.3 million from a £2.2 million budget. Plot: coming of age story set in the Welsh capital, Cardiff, centred around nightclubs, pubs and drugs, delving into the culture, commentating on politics, social understanding of acceptance, and decoding the philosophy of life through the views of a group of 20-somethings, chemical generation, planning their night, eagerly waiting for the weekend, and then the chaos is unleashed, ready to paint the time red and live for the weekend. The core of the story is identified through alienating from the world, work and unemployment, drugs and counterculture. These are the fear factors of everyday individuals in all walks, folks. Real issues. The same issues also reflect on today's society's ups and downs. The soundtrack, based purely on contemporary dance and a blend of underground hip-hop. Fatboy Slim, Armand Van Helden, and Jack Knife being heavy hitters on the club scene. Most of these club floor fillers have been around for a long time, and just creating this playlist you could play from your motor, that's standard. The soundtrack is amazing. Got a Mad Dog X. That's another one on there. Cardiff being the set-in location with St Mary Street, Atlantic Wharf, Leisure, and Cardiff High Street. I know Cardiff well, and yeah, I've been down some of these parts plenty of times. Cameos and audio from Pete Tong, Carl Cox, Justin Kerrigan himself as Ziggy Marler, the gunny jungling guy. That scene kills me. Joe Brandt, Bill Hicks, R.I.P. Mad Dog X is just not long spoken of. And of course the Welsh legend, Mr. Nice himself, Howard Marks. The Spliff Politics announcement. Big faces in this one. Oops, it really is big faces. It's like King Kong, it's built that way. This film has got it. The US version being watered down with references unknown to overseas audiences, edited from its original, catered to more Only Fools and Horses fans. But the AstroTurf joke still kills me to this day. I do love Only Fools and Horses. And there's how many times I see it, watch, that gag still gets me. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that simple human traffic is not Only Fools and Horses, so trying to water it down or trying to place in that category doesn't work. But it is an absolute gold. But Welsh representation being different on screen, such as Twin Town, it's not the same. It's the same with Scottish films, Northern films. Majority are familiar with British television, the range of accents and culture. But please watch the full edition and watch the magic of cinema, because honestly, folks, it's amazing. The original, unwatered, the pure, film itself is magic. Provocative notion. Number one. Did each member of the group figure their true path in the end? Each character had different issues and optimisms for growth was on the horizon. Society challenges us and changes us in many ways, despite that, that might have been over a weekend for them. But the gang, those working on next Hollywood stay home. But society challenges us in ways we find ways to unleash it. These guys went out on the weekend and enjoyed the good means of party here and there, go to the pubs, take drugs and so forth. That's how they lived. Not condoning it, but I'm not judging. No, but me, I do podcasts. That's just part and parcel. Provocative notion number two. How did Marv deal with his mother walking in while he was being a bishop? Embarrassing moment for this guy. And still, she laughed after leaving. Say again. That's a complete show up, that is. It's like an unspoken and uncomfortable moment for all day onwards. Did he just get mad and have a complete freak and just laughing at his parents? It's a funny moment in the film. I'm not going to tell you how it goes, folks. You watch it for yourself. It's just funny. Danny died this killer. The young director working alongside his teacher from Newport Film School, Newport being my hometown, home city, should I say. Depicting a realistic take on life, social aspects on young lives in the UK, much creative concepts are based on real life events. Danny Dyer speaking on the film's inspiration drawn from the television drama aired on the BBC Loved Up, featuring Lena Headey, commonly known as Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones, and the Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. One of them I never quite got around to watching. I was always a big fan of the films. Correct me if I've got it wrong, folks, but anyway, let's just not badger on that one too long. Scores. Rotten Tomato at 59%. Within other critics praised the film highly and positively for its outgoing flow and agenda to talk about debate. Especially for Danny Dyer's performance in this, he garnered himself 2 overseas awards, and this also scooped itself a BAFTA nomination. So this film does have some pedigree. I mean, okay, Twin Town might not have been a big film for the Welsh. Human Traffic definitely could pull his weight on that. The film's media release having new edits and director's cut with the new soundtrack released in 2002, film's October. And the second soundtrack, they changed the colour on it from yellow to green. And no, I didn't like it. Honestly, it wasn't for me. I preferred the original soundtrack. It's the one it's your trigger figure. And you figure out the rest. That is a big tune if you have to get around to hearing that. Carrigan losing out on money. Over £1. £1. £1 UK pound. He signed over his rights, the film rights, and ended up in debt. So after all this was said and done, in production and so forth, and there was no profits to be made. And he ended up in debt. I don't think he ever came out with another one. But the person who had acquired those rights, basically, they never made no profits neither. Very slim. Very to nothing. And a failed attempt to get the second one off the ground without Carrigan failed badly. Also, John Sims was only on board with the original because of Carrigan and his brainchild, which was human trafficking. And obviously, if the new proprietor had decided to come through with something, he would now again the original cast. He was lost like that. Ladies and gentlemen, prime time is here. Two other casts, John Sims and Danny Dyer, both went on to bring the pastures with BBC shows with Life on Mars, and of course the network's biggest gem, their soap, Life. That's right, EastEnders. It's like Life on Mars again. I do love Life on Mars. That's an amazing TV show. And Phil Glenister, amazing. I think the US and I think others are trying to make their own. And I have seen the episodes. Don't get me wrong. The one that had quite talented. The US version. I enjoyed it. It was good. And the nostalgia of the 70s, they're all the same way with the UK one on point. I'll give them that. And of course, they both played iconic roles. Young, getting off tangent here. Danny Dyer featured, of course, in such other films you might know him from, especially over in the UK side and Europe with Football Factory, Business, Severance, Mean Machine, and April. And these were just films that were good. They went under the radar, some of them, and some of them were known over here at the time. So that was it. There was a time in the night for who's listening to my review, who's not. This film's underrated beauty of a cult classic would make a mess that the Ghostbusters made at the Sedgwick Hotel look neat. For a great film balanced around the concept of nightlife and craziness. Perfect springboard for an up-and-coming cast of young actors. Good script, loaded with humour and banter throughout. The director's vision is one creating an interesting backstory for even the smallest roles, capturing the essence through life's experience, and gives you depth, growth, throughout in these main characters, and the theories of life through the mind of the chemical generation. Carrigan comes through like the mailman and gladly shares his story through a panoramic vision. And he really does. This is a great film. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. That's right. That's right. I'm going to rate this real good. So, what have you been watching? I've been watching Mad Max. That's the Mad Max trilogy, which I love the first one. The second one's my favourite. Road Warrior, definitely done it for me. And obviously the Thunderdome might be others, but I didn't mind Thunderdome. Didn't mind it. A little drifts off towards the end. Not quite the end in it. Mad Max deserved. What I couldn't understand was this Bruce Spencer, the helicopter, the guy with the helicopter with the teeth in the first two EU Max. Obviously through how they met for the second one. How they met. And We didn't know him in the third, which was kind of unusual. But it was a great film, I gotta be honest. Going to put them on the list. I've also was asked the request personally if I can review another film, which will definitely sit on the up and coming shows next projects or so feature. And that was how my viewing has gone. Of course, you can't go live mind of Max, can we? So yes, it was great, you know, it was fun. And got to do his review, so we also got to sit down and watch Human Traffic, and you know, of course we avoided the drugs. We just enjoyed the film for its content and took humour and great dialogue. So folks, as they say in the film, and as also said by Mr. Barry White, don't go changing, trying to please them. I want to thank you though for the views of recent and the subscriptions have gone up dramatically within the short space of time, and honestly it feels great. So honestly I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. That deep down it means a lot. I mean it's great to do this, and it's great to talk to you, and it's great to interact, and I want to feel like you're in the room with me, and I want the same for you, and I'm trying to create this bond. It's a genuine bond, folks. Okay, no BS. It's none of that. Well, I'm your friend. I'll take your money and then shove you to one side when I don't need you. No, this is a genuine bond, folks. You stick with me because, please, stick with me. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, I'm here for the long run, and this is my long-term plans. And this is like a branch, which is only going to grow and produce. And I want you to be around to see this, and I want to include you. So, please, keep viewing my videos, keep giving me likes, keep subscribing, keep getting notified, and stay on the button with this. And I really hope that things are good with you, as they are for me. And I want to say thank you very much. This has been a personal message from me to you. So I want to end this with a big thank you. And this is Dan Nostalgia, UK Outpost 31.